Lakin, hi.
I'd like to speak to Ted.
Well, he's not here. He's out looking for you.
Well, how long ago did he leave?
Well, like 20 or 30 minutes ago.
Thanks.
Lakin, wait. Look, I know what you thought you saw at the harbor today. Ted told me. There's nothing happening between your father and me.
Is that all?
Ted told me you were upset.
Well, I still am.
You guys have an imagination. I mean, just because you saw me on the yacht...
Then what were you doing there? Tell me that at least. I'd like to know.
Why don't you come in? We could talk.
No, I'd like to stay here. I don't plan on staying long.
Well, I was diving to see what I could find about the Amanda Lockridge.
What do you care what's down there?
Your father is going to try to discredit my family with that logbook. The idea was to get down there before he was, to stop him any way I could. The truth be known, your father and I hate each other. You can ask anyone.
My mother?
I would rather you ask your father. Your mother tends to have an overactive imagination.
Well, the three of you were at the cemetery the day of the earthquake.
I went to see my mother's grave, to put flowers on it. Your father just showed up. Your mother, I don't know, maybe she followed him.
Why should I believe you? If you really were trying to steal my father away, you would say anything.
Lakin, I'm trying to be nice.
Look, I don't care what you do. I love my parents. And I love Ted, and I don't want anything to happen to that.
Look, I wouldn't try to...
Then you just stay away from my father. You just stay away.
What's the matter, Dad? You look a little scared.
Put the bottle down, Mason.
This? No, I'd give you the old advantage again. I think I'll keep it. Kind of evens up the odds.
Only a coward would hide behind a weapon. I have none. I can't defend myself.
Notice that. Kind of scary, isn't it? Now you know how I felt all these years.
You're just drunk, Mason.
Not very. I waited for this a long time. Much too long. When I think back about how you've used me, walked on me, put me down.
You're blaming me for your faults, son. That's unfair.
My faults? No, my only fault was being born a Capwell. Do you know what that's like, Dad? Of course you do. Just wonder if your father ever treated you the same way you're treating me. Tell me, is this animosity you have toward me hereditary, Dad? Or did he worship you the way you worship Channing?
Mason, put the bottle down and we'll talk about it.
There's nothing left to talk about.
I know you're upset about the inheritance. I can understand that.
Yeah, that bothered me. But that's not why I've been bowing and scraping to you all these years. I didn't need the money. I'm capable. I can make it on my own. All I ever wanted from you was a little attention, some admiration, maybe a pat on the back from the old man saying, "Good work, Mason. Way to go, son."
Maybe I wasn't always fair. I admit that.
Look at you. You're so scared now, you'll say anything. You really think I'd hurt you? Just proves what I've been saying all along. You don't know the first thing about me. Just a couple of strangers who happen to be related. As much as I've come to hate you, I hate myself more for never having stood up to you.
Mason, I don't want to...
Get out of here. Just leave me alone.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know if you were finished or not.
It's all right, Veronica. My father was just leaving.
Yes, I think you'd better come along, too. Mason is not quite himself tonight.
Oh, he's right, Veronica. I've been drinking. I could become violent, snap at any second.
He's telling the truth, Veronica.
Thank you just the same, Mr. Capwell, but I'll be staying. Mason is a good friend of mine.
Well, you heard what she said, Dad. It's obvious she's staying. You better go. Didn't have to say that.
I know I didn't.
My father and I...
You don't have to explain.
I didn't want to hate him. I've tried for years. And now it's come to this.
Mason, you've got your freedom. Isn't that what you really want?
No. All I've ever wanted was his love.
Augusta, you have to look at this thing in perspective.
Save your breath, darling. You're going to talk yourself into a deeper hole.
Now, listen to me. What happened years ago.
I don't want to hear any more of your rationale.
You want to feel this way. I can't believe that.
I'm enjoying my misery. I want to wallow in it. Just leave me alone.
Listen to
Get
yourself.
out. I'm not going to ask you again.
Okay.
Amy, it's gotta be here somewhere.
Jane, I said you could borrow my blouse. I didn't say you could tear up my room looking for it.
Well, did you send it to the cleaners? I mean, I really need it, okay? It's the only blouse that's gonna go with this skirt.
Okay. Hold on. Maybe I can help you find it.
Good heavens, what's going on?
I forgot about one thing when I moved back here.
What?
Little sisters.
Oh. Hey, I think you forgot this in the morning's mail. It's for
Oh,
Amy.
San Francisco. We know what this means.
Was that from your old boyfriend?
Yeah,
Well, what's he doing writing letters?
I thought you said you were through with him.
I am.
I see. Jade?
Huh?
I think Amy wants to be alone for a minute. Why don't you come with me?
Okay.
I know you put this money to the right use. Let's face it, a child that's not wanted in this world shouldn't be born. You're doing the right thing.
Still here.
Well, I wasn't aware that I was going anywhere.
Lionel, I am officially throwing you out of my bedroom.
Oh, avoidance. Your answer to everything.
Believe me, I have plenty of questions, and I would ask them if I thought I would get one honest answer.
Do you think that we need the circle of truth for every conversation?
No. You need the circle of truth. I have been honest from the start.
Oh, that's because you never lie about anything.
Right. Do you know that Eden Catwell is a wimpy little ball of fluff who has nothing to say about herself or anyone else, and I don't know what you ever saw in her.
I told you she was out there on her own. Now, excuse me.
Oh, so you really believe that she was out there to spy on the Amanda Lockridge?
Not necessarily. Well, yeah. Actually, yes. Because her family has a great deal to lose. I mean, if that logbook is brought up, the entire Capwell family could be embarrassed in front of the world.
Oh, Lionel, my stupid little puppy dog of a husband. Women have always been able to wrap you around their fingers. They wink and you swoon. They blow in your ear and you fall over sideways. One little sweet nothing whispered, and you follow them around like a lovesick adolescent. You are an aging, oversexed fool, and as your wife, I find it excruciatingly embarrassing.
You finished?
I'm finished. And another thing, you are totally blind, or is it just stupid? Eden planned that entire episode. She was diving to the Amanda Lockridge knowing that you would pick her up and take her onto the boat.
This is the most ridiculous conversation I've ever had in my life.
The girl is too clever, too conniving to be caught without wanting to be. You were the one that told me she was pursuing.
Did it ever occur to you that her reason might be of my wife's unrelenting attacks on her character?
Oh, please.
No, wait. Just think about it for a minute. I mean, she has a competitive edge, doesn't she? She might want to snag me away from you just to see a certain look on your face. The look that I'm seeing right now?
She's not that competitive.
Oh, really? Think about it. Of course, she's not in your league. You might be the kind of woman who would snag me away just to get even with another woman.
I am your wife, and that makes me in the right and her the other woman.
Well, that's obviously a role she enjoys.
I'll squash her like a bug.
Hey, that's it, rising to the old challenge. You know what? At the moment, I'd give you about 4 points advantage. What's this?
A pillow. Very soft, just like your brain.
Duh. Am I supposed to learn something from this?
Very good. Pupil gets an A, and Pupil gets to sleep in Warren's old room tonight. Right now.
Oh.
Before I go and find some pointy shoes.
I want you to know, Augusta, in spite of all this irrational behavior, I still think you're a hell of a woman.
Out.
Okay.
Work your whole life, struggle, and wake up one day and realize it was all for nothing.
It can't be that bad.
Oh, it's that bad. It's that bad. I don't even see the point in trying anymore. I mean, why fight it? What the hell's the point?
Mason, you're so upset. Will you come and sit down and relax, please?
Yeah. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done. Macbeth. You better go, Veronica. I'm not going to be much company tonight. Look at me. I'm a vicious, cruel, rotten, despicable character. You heard what my father said. So what are you waiting for?
Some kind of explanation, I suppose.
Yes, of course. Like everyone else, you expect Mason Capwell to always be totally in control. Cold as ice, eyes of steel. That's Mason. He'll make a good lawyer one day.
The point is, I was sure you didn't know how to feel. Now I know I was wrong.
Yeah, pathetic, isn't it?
Just the opposite, I would think.
No, that's kind of you, Veronica, but no. You see before you a broken man. A man who always craved the fight and usually won. All the fights except the one that mattered.
Your father is a tyrant. It doesn't take a genius to see that.
I wanted to kill him.
He drove you to it.
That's no excuse.
Mason, you are only human, and nobody can expect more from you.
Oh, are you kidding? They all expect more. My father? Nothing was ever enough for him. I was never the son he wanted, even before Channing was killed. I don't know why I'm putting all this on you.
I want to help you.
Why? How do you know I'm not some kind of maniac?
I know you're misunderstood, and that isn't your fault.
You know, Veronica, I think I'll have another drink. How about you?
I'll get it.
On second thought, I'll just have water.
You got it.
Veronica? I'm glad you stayed.
So am I.
Well, it's been a long time since you've refused to talk to me. Not since, I don't know, high school.
No, it's not that I don't want to.
It's just none of my business.
No, it's not that either.
Well, is it the letter from the old boyfriend?
That's part of it. You know, I thought coming back to Santa Barbara, I'd have a chance at a fresh start, but I want you to know I'm very glad to be home.
It's nice, isn't it? I mean, having a place, somewhere to go. Oh, even if there's not much heat and not much hope, it's still home.
Yeah. Those early days, they weren't very easy for you, were they?
No.
I remember when you came home once and told Joey and I that you were pregnant, you know? I think Dad was out of work.
Yeah.
And we had just moved.
Yeah.
Oh, the timing probably couldn't have been worse.
No.
Did you ever consider not having Jade?
Not having.
Yeah.
Well, you mean like an abortion?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh, no, we didn't even consider it, not for an instant. Amy, Jade wasn't expected, that's true, but, oh, hugely anticipated. I think those 9 months are one of the happiest times of my life.
What did Dad say when you told him?
Hey, why all the questions?
Mama, I'm pregnant.
Now listen, when an attractive woman walks down the street, I look. That doesn't mean I have to sleep with her, but I admire the beauty.
You say no to her?
What? Who? The woman on the street?
Eden, even if she came and begged you to sleep with her, which she probably already has, would you do it?
No, definitely no, absolutely not.
Oh, you would jump at the chance. I knew it. You would just jump at the chance.
Are you listening to me? Did you hear what I just said?
Whenever you repeat yourself, I know you're lying. You could have just said no, but instead you went into one of your deranged tirades.
Augusta, listen to yourself, please. You are the most irrational I've ever heard you.
Talk until you're blue, Lionel, but you still can't explain that slap.
What? She hates me. She wanted to hurt me. Why the hell else would somebody slap you?
I told you that was not a slap out of anger.
Tell that to my cheek. It burned for the next hour.
You loved it. You stirred up her emotions and got a passionate response. Once upon a time, you did the same thing to me, and I'll bet you even did that to Sophia.
She hit me out of hate and anger. Oh, I had just finished telling her that I could never leave you.
Oh, I bet you did.
Yeah, but, well, maybe she was crushed by the rejection.
I sincerely doubt that my name even came up. Who were you quoting to her? Henley, Gray, Emerson?
Oh, come on, come on. You need reassurance 24 hours a day. Augusta, I love you. I plan to love you the rest of my life.
Was the bed in Warren's room that hard?
I'd feel the same way if I never slept with you again.
Now I know you're lying.
Maybe I'm exaggerating a little.
Oh, you are incorrigible.
But completely lovable, you have to admit that.
At the moment, I refuse to admit to anything.
Well, could we just declare a truce then until you make up your mind? Huh?
Oh, I suppose so.
You do, huh?
Mm-hmm. What do you suppose that is?
Oh, I don't know. Should I get it?
I think you better. Careful, it could be a burglar.
Burglars don't usually ring. Oh, Ted. No, I was just going to call you.
Still no word on Lincoln?
No, her mother and I are very worried.
Yeah, well, in case you haven't noticed, I am too.
We expected at least a call.
You know, she was very upset at what she saw today.
Well, that's understandable. I just wish she'd given us a chance to explain.
Well, just save it, Mr. Lockridge. My sister already explained it to me.
And you're not convinced?
No, look, all I am concerned about is finding Lincoln right now. And my advice for you is to just stay away from my sister.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. You go near her again, I'm coming back here. And it's not just for Lincoln. You understand?
Capwell, get off of my property and don't ever talk to me in that tone of voice again.
Huh? What are you gonna do?
Just leave. Now.
Say something. What are you thinking?
I guess I'm thinking about your life.
What about it? I'm really feeling pretty optimistic about it.
Amy, how could you do this? How could you do this to us?
Us? No, Mama. I'm the one that's pregnant.
Your father would be devastated.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to keep this all together, okay? Now, I keep thinking that every modern, civilized girl knows about birth control, right?
Right.
Well, should I have taken you personally to the doctor to be fitted for a diaphragm?
That's a pretty incredible thing to say.
Yes. Well, I can only assume that this pregnancy is a mistake.
Does that matter now?
Oh, Amy, who? The guy who jilted you? What was it? Too much passion? Too little reason?
Yeah, right. I guess so.
Well, that just comes down to plain stupidity.
Get out of my room, please.
Gladly. Fine. Oh, Amy, I want to support you.
Oh, yeah, it sure sounds like it.
I do.
Okay, you hate my pregnancy, fine. What have I done to you, huh? I brought shame upon this family, well, fine. Why don't you take a branding iron and put a letter A on my chest?
Do we really understand each other so little? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you think I'm so old-fashioned. Well, guess what? It's not old-fashioned to be concerned about your future. Amy, how do you plan to support a baby? Do you expect me to quit my job so I can stay home and feed it and change its little diapers?
Oh. I don't expect a single thing from you. I don't expect to live here any longer. I expect to take this care of this all by myself. Now, why don't you just get out of my room? Because I think we're running out of nice things to say to each other.
Amy? I don't know how you feel about this, but, I want you to have this baby.
No, you don't.
Yes. Yes, I do. Your child? Are you kidding? If it's yours, I want you to have this baby. Oh, yes, I want it more than anything. Amy, I made a mistake. Will you forgive me? Please.
Yes, of course I would. Oh. I made a mistake, and you made a mistake we're all entitled to.
Hey, you know what? You know what?
What?
I'm really kind of excited.
You are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy. My mom made this for me when you were born. I want you to have it. It's all, warm and snuggly and everything. And it will wrap a baby in so much love.
Oh, Ma, thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
darling.
I'm sorry.
An explanation would be nice.
I went out for an evening dive. It's a free ocean.
I heard a different story.
Oh, it's amazing how news travels in Santa Barbara, isn't it?
Go on, Cruz. What happened?
Well, what I heard was that your daughter was plucked from the water by the Lockridges and brought to shore forcibly.
What's the difference? No arrests were made.
Was that true, Eden? Why didn't you tell me?
Because it's not as grisly as Cruz is making it sound.
She was diving near the Amanda Lockridge, which in effect means she was trespassing on private property.
Well, Cruz, that ship sunk over 100 years ago. He still
Yeah.
can't claim ownership, can he?
Mr. C, he's got the salvage rights. He discovered and marked the wreck. It's just like staking a claim.
Dad, I went down there with experienced divers. Lionel Lockridge has a scheme here. I can feel it.
What I'd like to know is why Lionel didn't press charges. The press would have had a field day.
I don't know. Why don't you ask Lionel? Maybe he didn't feel like it was that important.
Yeah, right. So did you get a good look at the ship?
Yep. Inside and out.
Was there that safe he's been talking about?
In the main cabin. It's pretty big, and it's got big chains and locks around it.
What about the paintings?
I don't know. There was this door, and presumably behind the door is the airlock where the painting should be. I think that he can get any of those things and bring them to the surface at any time.
Damn. He's closer than I thought.
He could dive at any time, Dad.
Cruz, I want you to keep an eye on it. Report back to me anything that looks suspicious. I want to know everything.
Okay, you got it, Mr. C.
And another thing. I want you to try to locate Peter Flint. Mason's taken him out of the hospital, and no one knows how to find him. I've got a private investigator working on it, but somehow I think that you may be able to work quicker.
I'll do my best.
Good man.
Good man.
Yes, he is. And you'd be real smart to listen to him. And me.
No, I don't think so. I take my orders from someone a whole lot smarter.
Now, who could that be? I didn't think the man had been born yet.
It's a woman. Me. Myself. And I hope you brought a pencil, because we have important business to discuss.
Is this yours?
No.
What's wrong?
I just had a curious run-in with Ted Capwell. Apparently, he's very worried about Lakin, very worried.
He hasn't seen her.
No one has, apparently. Ted says she was very upset.
Of course she is. Any daughter would be upset if she thought her father were having an affair.
Augusta, wait.
Hello? Lakin! Darling, where have you been? Your father and I have been very worried about you.
Lincoln.
I understand you're upset. You've every right. We'd just like you to call when you disappear like this.
Tell her to come home. We'll talk about it.
No one is angry with you.
Mom, I don't want to come home if you and Dad are just going to yell at me.
Forget your father. I can handle him.
Mom, I saw something today. It was terrible.
I know all about it.
You do?
Yes, we'll talk about it when you get home.
Okay. It'll be like a half hour or so, okay?
Okay.
Mom, I'm so worried.
Don't. I promise I'll explain everything.
Okay. I love you. Jade, I'll get it, okay? Hello?
Oh, Jade?
No, this is Lincoln.
Hey, I was getting worried about you.
Guess everyone was.
Listen, I'm at La Mesa. Can you meet me here?
Yeah, I'll leave right away.
Okay, thanks.
This afternoon.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Well, take a look.
Oh, my God. No.
A glass of wine and...
A soft drink.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How much was the check for?
Voila.
$600?
Must be the going rate for abortions these days.
Don't ask me. Wrong guy.
I thought I liked the guy.
So, what are you gonna do?
I want to have a baby. Okay? I mean, I don't know, it's now a part of me, you know? It's this living, breathing, growing baby. It's my baby. Then I think, okay, what kind of a life can I offer a child? So, there'll be no father, no money. I'll be able to work, but there's no guarantee of any kind of future. You know, I mean, I'd want my kid to have the best of everything, but I know I won't be able to afford it.
Well, maybe not at first, but...
Maybe never. I have to consider that. I don't know. There was a lot of happiness in my family, but there was a lot of worrying. When I was a kid, I used to think when my dad was out of work that it was my fault.
Why?
I don't know. I guess I must have known I was one of the mouths that needed feeding.
Sounds crazy.
I know, but it's how I felt. I just want my kid to have a chance.
You'll have a good chance.
No, it's a huge responsibility. I don't know that I'm up to it. I guess I wouldn't know until I tried, though.
That's right.
Okay, handsome. What do you think?
It's not my baby.
Well, say that it was.
I can't, Amy. I mean, it's a big decision, I know. But I think you'll make the decision that's right for you.
Oh, tell me something new.
Okay? I think you're thinking the right way.
Yeah.
And I have all the faith that you'll make the right decision.
Thanks.
Oh, excuse me. This table's taken. Okay, you might want to try inside. Oh, waiter, excuse me. I need some of those 2 hot ciders, heavy on the cinnamon, and some of those zucchini hors d'oeuvres. And that'll just like half an order.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Thanks.
And I want a survey, a full survey of all the activity in the offshore area. My father has pretty much given you a free rein, and I think it's time to exercise some discipline. Your projects cost a lot of money, and I want to know where that money's going. That means reports, bi-monthly reports on budget, research, employees' progress reports, hours actively worked, testing schedules, results of those tests. Understand?
Yeah. Listen, can I ask you a question?
Why? I thought I was making myself perfectly clear.
Oh, no, I understand your instructions. I've just got a little concerned about some personal matters.
Well, my personal life has never been or ever will be any of your business.
Well, that's fine if I just go by what I've heard. If you don't want to know what the rumors are, I suppose.
What rumors?
Your little trip out to the Lockridge's boat. I was told you were out there quite a piece of time. Certainly a lot longer than was necessary.
Oh, you've been watching me now, is that it?
No, this was come upon quite by accident. Actually, we were watching someone else.
Lionel, I presume.
He and I share a few of the same interests.
Oh, really? I didn't think you two were anything alike.
A little warning, Eden. If you're playing with Lionel Lockridge, you're playing with fire.
I think it's because you're a spy that you're so paranoid.
This is not paranoia. The man is bad news.
You know what I think? I think you're jealous.
Jealous?
Mm-hmm.
Impossible.
Why is that?
To be jealous, I'd have to like you first. See you around, babe.
I want that survey by Friday.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't want you to see Lionel Lockridge anymore.
Hello?
Lionel, it's Veronica.
Veronica, I've been trying to get a hold of you all day.
Oh, I've been tied up.
Where are you now? I tried your house.
I'm at the Capwell Hotel, the presidential suite.
What are you doing there?
Well, Lionel, I really can't talk right now.
Are you with Mason?
Listen, I've really got to go.
That's why you can't talk, because of Mason.
Lionel, I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it right now. It'll have to wait.
I understand. Mason can help us. You've got to talk to him. Hello? Veronica. Damn. What is it? What's the matter?
I want to talk to you about Sophia.
There's nothing further to discuss about that.
I'm not interested in the details of the affair. I'm interested in motivation. I want to know what it was. There was something more than her beauty that captivated you, wasn't there?
Augusta, I think this conversation is It's tasteless.
What was it? Was it her warmth, her personality, charm, what?
You really want to know? Okay. It was her ability to completely take control of a room. I remember her at a party once. She worked that room. She was like a comedian, working the crowd. Before dinner was served, she had half a dozen men bowing at her feet.
Yes, well, she did have a reputation as a flirt.
She was an actress. It came naturally. Sure, the way she played old CC. If a poor guy came out of a messy divorce, he was lonely, he was vulnerable. She sized up the situation and moved right in.
So you're saying there was no genuine feeling between them?
On his part, of course it was. On hers, I don't know. I think that she felt some comfort in the relationship. She didn't really have to try anymore. I think she kind of gave up. All that was required of her was raising all those Capwell children. She did it well, of course.
She was a dedicated mother. I can't believe the whole thing was an act.
Well, it was a scene she played 1,000 times. She played CC like putty.
At first, maybe, but I'm sure she grew to be very attached to it all. I mean, you don't give birth to children and not love them. You certainly don't stay with a man you can't stand. I mean, it's true that it may have started as an act, but I think she probably ended up loving him very deeply.
Whatever she felt, it died with her. We'll never know. Which is why you have to forget it. The way I forget your indiscretions, right? You'll have to pretend you never found out. So, Augusta, I chose you. Yeah. After all these years, it's just the two of us. Days together, nights together. Never being bored. Guess that's what they call love, huh?
Never having to yawn when your spouse is speaking.
Rarely. You know something? You are all that matters to me. I am still nuts about you even after all these years. And that's the truth. So why don't we just forget about all this nonsense and get back to what we're really good at, huh?
You know, I hate having to agree with you.
Try. Could be fun.
No, it's no fun at all. Poor Lionel. He's going to be sent away the rest of his life.
Mom? Dad, I'm home.
Hold the thought.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I won't pretend. I know that you saw Eden Capwell on the boat with your father.
You're not upset?
Well, I was. You can bet I was. I was ready for a real altercation and a battle with him. In fact, your father and I did have a slight argument.
You seem okay now.
Well, I needed some convincing, but now I'm convinced.
I don't know why I got so upset. I couldn't help what I was thinking.
May I tell you what I think was hurting you the most?
If someone would.
You weren't trusting your father. Neither was I. See, the person that we shouldn't trust is Eden Capwell. She's trying to steal your father away from us.
Are you sure?
Well, she's the one that arranged for your father to find her out there. It was just another attempt at seduction, which your father assured me failed. What's the matter?
Oh, I went and spoke with Eden. She said that she hated Daddy, that she was just down there to try to beat him to the safe.
And you believed her?
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, there's no such woman in the world like that. Nobody could hate your father.
Eden said that...
Eden. Eden is a very young fool. She's a girl with no control over her emotions. What we have to do is what your father's trying to do. Try and ignore her. She'll get tired of her little games, and then we'll have your father back to ourselves again.
So hard to understand.
I know, baby, I know. Love is a very difficult concept to understand. In fact, the only thing more difficult to understand is men. I'm just beginning to realize that. It's true. And I love you.
I love you.
Hello?
Veronica. Oh, I'm glad it was you. If it had been Mason, I would have hung up.
He's right here.
All right. Just listen. You have to find out from Mason everything he knows about Peter Flint. It won't be easy. He's not going to volunteer anything. You'll have to, I don't know, get him drunk or something.
What does Peter Flint have to do with anything?
He may hold the secret to Channing Jr.'s death.
And that's important to you.
It's very important. I must know the truth. And even more importantly, what proof Peter is offering. Accusations, I don't care about.
All right.
As soon as you possibly can.
I'll do my best.
I know you will, and call me at home if you can, if you must. I could have sworn